everyone, and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be sharing some different coffee recipes that I've tried out over the last couple of months. I hope you enjoy the various coffee sounds. Let's get started. To start out, I'm going to be making some coffee ice cubes, as I use them in various recipes today. I just usually brew my favorite blend. Today I'm using a lighter medium roast for my ice cubes. After letting the hot coffee cool, I pour them in to an ice cube mold. I don't always do this, but occasionally it's nice to have the option of ice cubes with coffee so that your iced coffee doesn't get watered down. And into the freezer they go. The first recipe I'm going to be making today is a basic iced coffee. It is a single-served iced coffee. I won't be making it in a pitcher today. I'm just using a medium roast that I've been drinking from the grocery store. It is a French vanilla flavor, but you can use whichever roast you prefer. Since I'm doing a single serve cup, I'm using my reusable Keurig pod to brew some coffee. And now time to brew the basic cup of coffee. Normally, I simply let this cup of coffee sit at room temperature to cool down, or pop it in the fridge. But if you don't have time for that, that's where the coffee cubes come in handy, for cooling down the drink, but not watering down your coffee. While we wait for the coffee to cool down a bit, we can add some flavor and decor with some caramel sauce. Now, this is an ice cream toppings. They taste almost exactly the same to the fancy coffee drizzle you can get at the grocery store, but ice cream topping is way cheaper. So I highly recommend comparing the taste for yourself, and if it tastes the same to you like it does to me, go for the cheaper option. This summer, I've really been into caramel iced coffee at home. Going to pull out some of those coffee iced cubes that we made and add them to my cup. dash of caramel creamer as well. The amount of caramel sauce or caramel creamer is going to depend on your specific taste buds. Obviously, if you like a stronger coffee, use less sauce or creamer. If you like a sweeter coffee, you're going to, of course, add more sauce and more creamer. Everyone has their favorite amount. Just adding in a couple more ice cubes to keep my drink cool. And here we have the at-home caramelized coffee that I've been making this summer. Next, we are going to be making an iced maple coffee, but I'm going to be making it in a larger quantity. So I'll be brewing it in a standard coffee machine instead of the Keurig. Once again, adding whatever roast you prefer. I'm using a medium roast today, as medium roast is usually my go-to. And now it's time to brew our coffee. So for the maple flavoring, I am just using maple syrup that I have in my pantry for pancakes. Once again, the flavoring and amount you add in is going to depend on how sweet or strong you prefer your coffee. In my case, I believe this is a third cup of maple syrup. You're going to add the maple syrup to your hot brewed coffee, as it's better to melt and stir in while the coffee is freshly brewed. Remembering if you want a sweeter taste to add more or less depending on your preferences. using a pitcher, as it's a bigger quantity of iced coffee. I have some regular ice cubes in the bottom, and I will also be including some of our coffee ice cubes. Once the coffee is cool, go ahead and pour it on over the ice cubes. When I make iced coffee in the pitcher, I tend to put it in the fridge to cool down extra. So into the fridge it goes. Once your iced coffee is cool and you have a glass of ice, pour on out your maple iced coffee. For this mixture, I'm adding a bit of sweet cream to the top. I think it pairs nicely with the maple syrup flavor. And there you have the maple syrup iced coffee. The next coffee is going to be a dirty chai. If you don't know, it is a chai latte with coffee or espresso. Today I will be using an Oregon chai mixture. This will also have to be measured to taste for you, depending on how sweet or how much chai flavor you want compared to your coffee roast. Pouring in an estimated amount of chai. I brewed a basic cup of coffee to pour in over top the chai. This recipe starts out in my garden as I'm picking some fresh mint leaves. I have so many types and varieties of mint in my garden, so I picked my favorites to add to this peppermint mocha concoction. For this recipe, I will be using my French press to create my interpretation of a peppermint mocha. I am using a medium roast blend to start. From there, I am going to add my rinsed off mint pieces to the French press as well. Hot water goes over the mint leaves and the coffee. From there, I am simply adding a hot chocolate mix. Nothing fancy, just a quick at-home peppermint mocha. Be sure to mix the hot chocolate cocoa mix into the coffee and leaves before you let it sit. Let the mixture sit and brew the appropriate time for your particular coffee roast. When time is ready, go ahead and use your French press. And then you have a fresh mint peppermint mocha. Sweet cream is nice to add to this mixture if you like it a little sweeter, but the cocoa mix does add sweetness. Our last coffee recipe takes me to my garden. also need to estimate for your taste buds how much lavender flavoring you would like in your honey. There's a happy medium between very relaxing and tasty treat, but if you put too much, it can get a little soapy. From there, you're going to grab honey and simply pour your honey in over the lavender. Be sure to stir up the honey and lavender mix. Now, this mixture is also great in teas, and I know some people put it on toast too. To make sure the lavender is fully infused into your honey, it's best to leave it sitting for at least a week, although I left mine for closer to 2 weeks. Every day you'll want to shake up the mixture, turn it upside down, just make sure that the lavender and the honey kind of shakes together to make sure everything is infused properly. Once it's infused how much you want it to, it's time to make your coffee drink. I've once again just brewed a standard cup of medium roast coffee. And I'm going to be pouring in some of this infused honey. Now, if you do not want pieces of the lavender into your drink, you need to strain it out. That is also personal preference. I don't usually mind it, so I don't strain it out, but it is personal preference. I have strained it before, kind of depends on my mood. Pouring in how much honey you would estimate for your flavor. And stirring the honey into your hot coffee. I find that stirring the coffee with a whisk type utensil helps pull up some of the lavender bits out of your drink as well. Maybe that's why I don't take the time to strain it. Adding a bit of sweet cream to this mixture. And here we have a very relaxed cup of coffee. Thank you so much for watching, lovelies. I hope you enjoyed these little recipes that I enjoyed over the summer. If you would like to see another video like this for the fall or winter months, please let me know. I'm sure I have more drinks that I would share with you guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.